Wow, you made it! Thank you so much for signing up for EcoSex campaign. You will receive 3 free videos that I have lined up for you. The first one is on how to have greater self-love and self-care so that you can take better care of your body. The second one is on sex toys, how to choose them. The third one is on sexual lubricants. I do get asked a lot what lubricants are safe. So I'll be talking about all these in these 3 videos. In the first one today, I'll be talking about self-love and self-care. To understand what is eco-sex, we need to talk about who is an ecosexual. An ecosexual refers to a person who is dating or in a relationship situation who is environmentally and socially conscious. So are you one? So just because you're single doesn't mean you're not an ecosexual. In another definition, an ecosexual is a person who has a very strong interest in environmental issues affecting their lifestyle and choice of romantic partner. So your values definitely affect the kind of way you live your life and therefore who you want to have in your life, right? So this would include choosing pesticide-free foods and chemical-free alternatives from medicine to household products. It also implies that the person chooses organic items and may be seen driving a hybrid car. So living green is one of the, if not the, most important part of their lives, and their love life is no exception. Many ecosexuals are vegetarians or at the very least organic consumers. They are very health conscious and desire to make a difference in the world through their lifestyles. They believe that doing something, starting from themselves, is better than doing nothing. So I became vegetarian 5 to 6 years ago. This was when I was traveling back and forth between Singapore and the US for my studies. At that time, I was eating a lot of burgers and sandwiches when I was in the States. I decided to go on a detox, get off meat, and see how long I can do it for. Within a few days, I noticed a surge of energy through my body. I felt better than I've ever been for years. So I got curious about being a vegetarian. I did more research and realized, because I was ignorant, realized that animals are being injected with hormones so that they can produce more milk or more eggs. And of course, them being injected affects their produce and also then in turn affects us human beings. So that kind of scared me because I've always known that I'm a sensitive person. The next thing that started to develop was my compassion for animals. I soon realized that I just couldn't go back to eating animals because I started to realize, being intelligent beings that they are, surely the fear that they experience when they know they're being killed is no good for us humans. So after becoming a vegetarian and feeling good, I still got remarks from my friends that I look pregnant, my stomach would get bloated very badly, and I would also get people on the MRTs, public transport, offering to give me a seat because they genuinely think I'm pregnant. So I also realized for the longest time that when I eat bread or cakes, my body would, my stomach would bloat and my body would just feel heavy. I would just constantly ignore it to just sensitivity, and there's not much I can do because there's wheat in everything, right? So last December I read this book called Life After Bread, and it really scared me. It says that most people cannot digest gluten, and over the long term, what this does is it leads to constipation, and I've had constipation all my life. It leads to constipation, indigestion, constipation, and therefore malnutrition. The body is not able to absorb all the nutrients, and it can, over time, lead to other terminal illnesses such as cancer. So I knew that was me. When I eat bread, my stomach will bloat. I have sensitivity, I'm sensitive. I tried last year a couple of times to donate my blood, but I was mildly anemic, not enough iron. So that is linked to my malnutrition. So I've been off gluten since January this year, 2014, and I am now able to have more regular bowel movement from once a week previously all my life to twice or 3 times a week now. I am feeling much better, much more connected with my body. And so my diet is not just a way of looking more beautiful, but a way of just wanting to take better care of my health, not take my health for granted. So it's very much linked to the way of being I want to be, the kind of person I want to be, which is about being more conscious. Ecosexuals are commonly regarded as free-spirited people. They may not necessarily associate themselves with any major religious groups. So if you're keen to date a ecosexual, you may want to check out Green Singles or planetearthsingles.com. Find someone with the same values as you, or if you're single and you just want somebody who's nice, check it out. For Valentine's Day, an ecosexual may look at the chocolates they receive in a heart-shaped chocolate box. Look at the chocolates and see if it's fair trade. Fair trade is a term to refer to products that are ethically transacted. The person who actually made the product, the farmer, is actually adequately paid. The ecosexual may also look at the packaging to see whether it's environmentally friendly packaging, for instance. In the Macmillan Dictionary online, it actually talks about how all these terms have evolved over time. So we have the metrosexual. This is the heterosexual male who pays close attention to their grooming. So we have the metrosexual, the heterosexual male who pays attention to his grooming. We have the retrosexual, who is the classical male who's unshaven, wears his t-shirt and jeans, and his hands are covered with engine oil. Then we have the technosexual, the well-groomed man who's really into electronics, electrical devices. Then along came the ubersexual. This is the handsome male who is... And then we have the ubersexual, which is the handsome male with strong ethical principles. You may want to think of U2, the lead singer Bono. So just as women may feel left out, there's this other term called the contrasexual. This is the confident woman who's happy with being single and who doesn't put motherhood on her agenda. And that's how we came across this gender-neutral term, the ecosexual. This is the male or female who's leading the eco-sensitive lifestyle, who finds this way of living so vital that they are looking for a partner who feels just as concerned about the environment as they are. So ecosexuals are city dwellers who are heavy into recycling. They take measures to reduce their carbon footprint, for instance, cycling to work, using low energy light bulbs, taking holidays that don't involve air travel. They may eat organic, locally produced food, and are very conscious about environmentally friendly packaging. I talked about the importance of exercise in the previous video under Sex Jumpstart, so I won't belabor the point. You can find the video on my YouTube channel under Dr. Martha Lee, Sex Jumpstart. You should just look it up. You should be able to find the video. I also talked about the importance of the diet, how I became vegan and gluten-free. I'm not necessarily asking you to be one, but I'm encouraging you to do your necessary research so that you can make choices consciously for yourself with regards to your health. 2 books I'd like to recommend you Life After Bread, which I found was very simple and easy to read and understand, about the effects of gluten on our bodies. The second one is Woman Code. It's written for women, but men who love women can read it too. It talks about the role of stress on our hormones and how our diet also affects our body, our fertility and our reproduction, our menstrual cycle. I would like to talk a little bit about the products that we use. Besides latex condoms out there on the market, they may not be available in Singapore, but you can always look for them online and also purchase them from online. There is the vegan lubricants you can get. There's one brand called the Condoms, which are non-latex, and then the Mamba, which are all natural, they're not tested on animals, and they are also not from animal derived ingredients. Trojan also has a vegan alternative, a non-vegan alternative made from lamb skin, however is biodegradable. So this brand under Trojan is called Natural Lamb. You may want to consider those if you are keen. You know, we spend 1/3 of our lives sleeping. So for those of us who are sexual, we may spend even more time on the bed. So there are a whole host of options available these days made from natural materials, such as rubber, horsehair, wool, natural foam, and latex. So all mattresses may contain PBDAEs, which is actually banned in Europe. What happens is there's off-gassing that's occurring as you're sleeping. And these synthetic products also sometimes may be prone to mildew and mold. That's not good for your immune system. When it comes to bed sheets and your underwear, you may want to consider organic cotton and bamboo. Again, these are attire, linen that you are wearing for sometimes, if you're sleeping on them 8 hours, if you're wearing them easily the whole day. So you want to consider organic cotton and bamboo. When it comes to candles, lots of people buy candles that look and smell nice, but they may not be aware that unless it's made of soy, it may be emitting carbon monoxide, and also it's not necessarily eco-friendly. Lots of women buy perfumes, and perfumes are derived from petroleum, and some contain potential neurotoxins. It affects our body, our brain. So you may want to opt for DIY alternatives, meaning do it yourself. Get organic essential oils. For instance, lavender, rose, cinnamon can turn a guy on. And ladies would like maybe vanilla and cedarwood, for instance. Another thing you may want to consider for the ladies out there when it comes to having your menstrual cycle, your period, is to check out Luna pads. They are manufactured and sold as washable cotton menstrual pads, panty liners, and underwear. So these healthy, eco-friendly menstrual products are creative and empowering ways to honor and care for yourselves and the planet. So when you make a switch from using tampons to cotton pad to cloth pads, there's this benefit of discovering a deeper connection with your body. And I myself have been using it, and I'm no longer squeamish about my blood. Rather than keep throwing away sanitary pads, I use these cotton pads now. So there is a deep connection women have shared between being more positive about their periods and with their sexual pleasure. So this experience is not just extended only during their periods, but for many women all through their cycles and every day of the month, they start to have a deeper connection with their body. So having said all these, I just want to encourage you to keep being up to date on materials and being educated can help you avoid products that are potentially dangerous. I really like this website by this fantastic, energetic, beautiful woman. Her website is called Food Babe. You want to check it out. So take your health and that of your friends, the environment seriously, and begin to spread the word whenever you can. I know it may seem silly, but talking about even sex toys can help bring some of this misinformation and shady practices to light. It can help to make other people be safe and prevent them from making potentially harmful purchases. So in the next video,